Okay, for our SkillsUSA competition, a couple of things that I want to share with you guys specifically on these instructions, and these instructions are very typical of what you'll see on your contest, and that it will ask for a particular size border. I guess this one happens to be an A size border, and then a title block which can be simplified to include contestant number, date, part number, and drawing one. Okay, so what I mean by that is, of course, the title block of is the size of the sheet. I think by now we know is this the size of the sheet itself. In this case, it happens to be D size. It says so right here. And then the other thing is the title block itself. The title block itself does need to be, it says that it can be simplified. I would take the time to simplify it. That way you can actually show um, the judges that you know how to work with the software. So, so I think these are the things that we can do on this video to show you how to wow the judge and maybe hopefully get a nice medal out of this thing. So first things first, we're going to go to sheet one, edit sheet. And that's where you can change the sheet size to just a regular A size because that's what the instructions are in this case, and hit OK. The title block. So the title block, I know that I had showed you guys that you can actually go in here and delete the title block, and then you can go to drawing resources and insert the title block and insert this one right in here. Okay. But I guess what I want to do this time is I actually want to, and I just noticed this right in here, field text. Wonder if we can fill it in through here. Can we actually fill in an iProperties there? Okay. So I wanted to make a reference to the iProperties over here under iProperties, but first things first, let's get to this guy right in here, how to simplify it. So one thing that I've done is edit the definition. I can go in here to ANSI-A, right click and edit the definition, or I can just make a copy of it. That's probably the best thing to do is make a copy of it. And then to that copy, oh, never mind. I guess let's just go ahead and edit. There we go. So that's editing the definition. And then from here, what we'll do is once we finish sketch, it will give us the option to save as. So that's what I was trying to do by copying it, but I'm not sure why that didn't come up. We'll just go to save as, and then I guess I can call it a Skills USA type of thing. And then we'll use that title block. Okay, so that title block is the one that we'll use, and then we'll edit that definition. Of course, we don't need a lot of this stuff. We do need a few things here like drawing, check by, and everything. But we could actually create this thing from scratch where we can go in here, and what happens is that this right here is just regular normal text. If I double click on it, it's just text that I can type in whatever I need. The one that has the little brackets, that's more like a part of the I property. So in other words, under the author or check by, that's where you can go to the I properties and edit that information so that whenever you put, let me finish sketch, get out of here. Whenever you go to your I properties, whenever you fill in the author, whenever you fill in title and all that, is how we can fill in the information. Now, there's nothing wrong with actually just putting the text to it, say the date and all that, but it'll be nice if we can incorporate the I properties. That way, you're showing the judges that you know how to work with I properties. You're using it to fill in the information. For example, um, the author, which is your name, right in here. Title, we can use that for the part number, or I think, as a matter of fact, I think there's even a part number. Yeah, there it is. There's part number. So we can use those properties so that we're showing the judge that yes, we know how to do this. Um, it's just just another thing. You're gonna have to do this. If it's too complicated, just don't worry about it. But what I'm saying is, it would be nice if we can go in here and edit there we go, the title block, and then you can even create your own. You can go in here to text, place your text in here, and you can put the first one is maybe contestant number, and then colon, and then in there you can put the contestant number, which would be probably be the author. So I'll probably go and put in the author, and then you have to insert that property. See, there it is. Enter. The next thing they want is the date. Enter, and then you go and put in and this is part of the standard properties. There's actually different ones, but just standard I properties. And then under here, let's see, probably date. We could probably find the, which one would we use? Check date. I guess we can do that. Check date. Just don't forget which property is the one that you need to go and adjust so you can actually fill it in correctly. Check date, enter part number. I think I did see a part number in here somewhere. There it is, part number. Oh, but you know what? Let me enter part number, colon, enter, and then we can insert the part number. There it is. And then it says drawing one, but the part number is drawing one. So we'll leave that alone and hit OK. And then we have that information right in here. As you see that it's kind of like what this here looks like, but instead of having to put in all this information, we're just simplifying it, putting this information here. I'll probably take the time, hit escape, double click on it to go back to edit, highlight the whole thing and maybe make it centered. You can adjust the size of the text if you wanted to, maybe if it's too big, maybe 0.1 or something. I don't know, just something that looks nice. And then we can draw some line work. We can actually put a rectangle around it. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the rectangle, we can even constrain it, where we can put like horizontal constraints, like a vertical constraint from the center of the text to the center of the rectangle, and then a horizontal constraint. Oh, it'll be that point. So I think I have to double click the text again, and then probably justify it, middle justification. That way it puts it right in the middle, and then a horizontal constraint between the text and the midpoint. There we go. And that way it's perfectly constrained. This is an experiment. I'm not sure how I'm going to work with this, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this stuff here because we really don't need that, and just leave that. I don't know if we need to move it or not, but let's just finish sketch. Save, yes. There we go. And then let's go ahead and insert that into our sheet. Perfect. Look at that. Very, very nice. So from there, we can just go to our iProperties and fill in that information, contestant number. You see, this was happening to me earlier where the iProperties kind of disappears on me. So I guess I'll have to go here, edit field text, and then click on here to, interesting. Why is my iProperties ghosted out? That's a little concerning. It did happen to me earlier. So let's try to work through that and let's see if you guys can figure out what's the issue. But I did have an issue with that earlier where the iProperties was ghosted out and I couldn't get to it. Maybe what I'll do is I'll save and close and open it, but let me see. You tell me if you figure out how to work with that, okay? Thank you very much.